Hello, my name is Sefi. I'm a Starcraft Map Editor. Today I'll show you how to make Pylonless Photon cannons. Do you know the map called Town Wars, made by Kamikaze Cow? In the map, you are able to create Pylonless Photon cannons by building turrets from the SCV. And that's what I'll show you how to do in your map editor. So first of all, the map editor I suggest you to use is SEM Draft 2. You can get SEM Draft 2 from www.staredit.net, which also serves as a map editing and modding community for StarCraft. Okay, so let's begin. There are 4 locations that you'll require to make this work. 1 for markers, another to convert the turret to a canyon, the 3rd to check on each canyon, and the 4th to provide a perimeter on where the cannons can be activated. You will also require 1 human player and 2 computers. After that, we can get started on the triggers. Open the trigger box, and we'll first start on the first sets of triggers for the human player. These triggers are used to convert the missile turret to a cannon. For the first trigger, player 1 commands at least 1 Terran missile turret. Center the location of the photon conversion on the missile turret owned by the human player, then preserve the trigger. In the next set of triggers, the human player must bring at least 1 Terran missile turret on the photon conversion location. In order to prevent the implacable error that the map may encounter, add a string for the human player so that he brings exactly 0 Terran SCVs on the photon location. Continue to actions, remove all the missile turrets on that location, wait for 0 milliseconds, create 1 photon cannon at the photon cannon conversion location, wait for 0 milliseconds, and move 1 devouring zergling from the marker location to the conversion location. The reason why we're using zerglings in this is due to the fact that StarCraft use of enable doodad can only affect on 1 particular photon cannon in 1 given location. In order to counteract this, we'll need to create a cycle that constantly activates each photon cannon. In order to do this, create the next set of triggers for the computer. In the first set, the computer 1 must command at least 1 devouring zergling. Move the canyon check location on the devouring zergling owned by computer 1. Preserve the trigger. The next set of trigger, the computer 1 must bring at least 1 of the devouring zerglings to the canyon check. And the human player must bring at least 1 photon cannon to the photon check. This is to check if the photon cannon actually exists in the game. So we move to actions, and we have to give 1 devouring zergling from computer 1 to computer 2. Then we activate the photon cannon for the human player at the photon check. And then we preserve the trigger. in the next step, this set of trigger is to check if the canyon does not exist. So computer 1 brings at least one devouring zergling to photon check location. Human player brings exactly 0 photon check location. If the photon does not exist, this trigger will activate and it will bring the devouring zergling that was created prior back to the marker check. And we'll preserve this trigger. The last step is once computer 1 commands exactly 0 zerglings in the photon perimeter, we give all the zerglings from player 2 at anywhere to player 1. This will refresh the cycle of activation and will preserve it. So that is essentially it. An important thing to note is that the amount of canyons that are activated is directly related to the amount of zerglings you have as markers. So if you have 6 zerglings, you can only make 6 active canyons. I'll just show you this in the in-game scene. I apologize if this may appear awkward. I'll try to fix this in my next update. So, SCV, build turret. Once he builds the turret, he creates the canyon. The canyon becomes activated. You should notice that there is a zergling hidden under the photon cannon. This zergling is meant to activate the photon cannon at a constant cycle by giving it from computer 1 to computer 2. And this works with the rest of the canyon. You'll notice a gap of conversion delay where the canyon will halt like this and they'll reactivate. Like I said before, your canyons are directly related to the amount of canyons that you can make that are active is directly related to the amount of zerglings you have. So I have 6 zerglings total, and if I make 7, there will be 1 photon cannon that will not be activated. As you can see, this is the photon cannon that won't be activated. And if you build outside the perimeter, the canyon won't work either. And that's it. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please reply it on the video response, and I'll do my best to get back to you. Thank you for watching.